Can you talk a little bit about how familiar you were with the comics beforehand, or did you read them after
The
you
powers,
got
the
part?
powers.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I haven't gone in there because they go in a different place, and I and it's Brian Bendis who wrote the comic books, and he likes the idea of the story can run concurrently to the books, but them not necessarily be the same. They have their own separate life, and so that's what I've decided to do with Charlie Houston, the showrunner, series producer, in consultation with him. I have built Wolf to be driving in a somewhat different direction, and I didn't want to get taken down the road that he has actually gone. I wanted to build him in a way that I chose, taking the essence from the story that Charlie is writing and elements that I've been putting into him. So so I chose to make him English. I chose to make him comic. He was immortal, I believe, in the comic books, and he's only 100 years old in our story.
Is it exciting for you to be doing a show that's going to be broadcast through the PlayStation?
Yes, I mean, I like to do really good creative dramatic work. PlayStation is you wouldn't immediately think quality drama PlayStation, because PlayStation is gaming, and gaming would be more action driven, and I'm a big action movie fan, but I hope that, like in Game of Thrones, which has action, it also has a lot of layered performing, and the story is driven in an interesting, intriguing way. That is what I hope we are doing with Powers, something similar to that can be sitting on PlayStation, and hopefully, seeing as we are, I think, the first show on PlayStation, we are hopefully we can set a benchmark that is good, and that people say, well, there's got to be something around this area as opposed to schlocky. I just didn't want us to be as if bam, whack, you know. Well, it's got to have these layers in, because that's what's intriguing, and as a big fan of Game of Thrones, this is just somewhere in my head. I hope that we're going in this direction. I feel that we're going in this direction. He has a sort of guru element. He has written a book. It is some sort of street spiritualization of how he feels people should be, or specific, and especially powers should be. And so from this and his whole way of life, having lived 100 years, having been through 2 world wars and fought in those, which is my backstory on him, I wanted him to link into the way that he fought when he fights, and hopefully those land well. But it's a tricky, because you make the pieces up and then you put them together, and then other people film it, and then other people edit it, and you're on to the next episode. So you can never quite tell until it comes out. But I'm hopeful that it feels good while we were doing it, and yeah, it's just you have to get it right, and you've got the fight director, Mike, saying, okay, no, do it. You've got to be in it, because I forget that you actually have to get things right for camera as well. Because I'm just busy just fighting the guy with the moves that I know, because it's a choreographed move thing, but to try and get the moves to land in so the camera can see them is something that I've worked out in drama, but in fight scenes I'm still just actively going for the fight and going, just stand back, do that in the fight. Doesn't matter if you hit him right there, because even if he's a little bit too far forward, just get it in the camera, otherwise we won't have it. Yes, that makes sense. So just they don't give me huge amounts of fight scenes. I've done 2 or 3 before, which have been good. One was edited out and just dumped and wasn't even used. But because I've had such an unusual career, they don't normally come to me and say, hey, yeah, you're going to do loads of fight scenes here. So it's good to get into them.